right. And we are live on YouTube. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can see from today's title, we are doing a collective reading right before Valentine's Day. So we're going to put a lovely little Valentine's twist on it, tap into the collective love vibe energy. Hello, Anne. You're always right in time. If you don't follow me on TT, make sure that you do that. I'm at Mo Online on all platforms because once this collective reading is over, I'll be doing personal readings on TT where I do that 2 to 3 times a week. It's only be given once, but sometimes it be 2 to 3 times a week. 3 if we lucky, okay? But work been working me, Miss Mama. But yes, but let's get into it, yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna have to check because last time I checked, Miss Mama's Yusuf, it was a no. But let's see. Yusuf just asked if they were subscribed to my Patreon. And if you subscribe to my Patreon, you can get a free mini reading once a week. And it's only for $6. Mini readings are generally 10. It's a deal if you ask me, right? You could be paying $40 a month for mini readings or $6. That maths for me personally. Oh, there's never no shames in my plug. Hello, Anna. I appreciate the follow. Everybody drop an emoji with how you're feeling about Valentine's Day or just how you're feeling in general. If you know, Valentine's Day got you feeling a little triggered. Yeah. But I'm gonna start off with my prayer. Yeah. So please find yourself in a calm position and ask your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels to allow you to support you as I do this collective reading for all of us. Ashe, only take what resonates, and if it don't apply, please let it fly. Unless, except for about, I don't know what you talk about. I think I do, but I got work to do. Um, but hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. I ask you to come into my space today and assist me with this collective reading. It'll be a love reading, so help me tap into the collective energy of love and romance and sex and all that's hot and steamy, or be it icy or cold. Yeah, you know that my goal is to align people with healing joy and the most authentic versions of themselves. So please bless us with the wisdom and the discernment as we do that, so we may all know what is right for us and what is not. Ashe. Ashe. But yeah, I'm gonna finish my initial shuffle and then we'll get into it. Again, it's always a good time to book a personal reading with me. You can do that at stan.store/Mo Online. That can also be found in the description bar. I promise I won't take any more of your time because we're going to get, let me see, we're going to get into the collective energy. I'm trying to see if Yusuf is still subscribed. Jointed. No, Yusuf. I think you have to go in and like reactivate it. Right now, I only have one person that's still subscribed. But let's get into it. Yeah. Thank you, Shannon. Hey, Nick, how you doing, my love? Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. What messages regarding love would you like the collective to know? So is it hot? Is it steamy? Is it icy? Is it cold? Anything regarding our love lives you would like to be told? I'm here to deliver. Thank you. Is that Isaiah? That's Saya. I'm sorry. I thought you was somebody else. I'm so sorry, Saya. I appreciate it, though. Thank you so much. Hey, Q. Yeah. Is it hot? Is it steamy? Is it icy? Is it cold? Anything about our love life y'all would like to be told? I'm here to deliver. I think these are all ours. First off, we got the ooh. So first off, right off the bat, we're talking about the ladies. Temperance card in reverse, Strength, Queen of Wands, Death card. Um, there is some very beautiful, attractive, lustrous, feminine, motherly, soft, gentle, sensual, feminine energies currently listening to this collective reading. And some of these energies, they do not want to change. They have the strength to change other people. They have the strength and the power and the ability to nurture people back to health, and they're good at that. But this is just plain and clear, bright as day. You can do that, but there's a person you're trying to do that with that you don't need to do that with no more. Right? And then this is kind of breaking off into like two energetic vibrations, right? With all that beautiful feminine energy that you could be using to heal other people, you could be using to heal yourself, right? But you first got to walk away from the people that are pulling on and draining your energy. You first got to move away from the people that are pulling that healing energy out of you and into themselves so that you're able to give that to yourselves. And there's another group of feminine energies, ladies. Don't have to identify as a lady. You can just have very feminine energy. But some of y'all have walked away. And the beautiful thing is, like, the second you walk away, you walk onto your path, and you hold your value and your self-worth and your beauty. I thought this was going to be romantic. Right? We have the Queen of Pentacles here as she's holding this pentacle above her head. And that's kind of what it feels like. You really just get into the value and the beauty of who all you are, and then it sits at the top of your mind. Yeah? Yeah, my loves. If this is resonating, double tap the screen or drop an emoji for me. Is there anything else we would like this group to know? Thank you, Abadi. What's your name? Abundancia? AAA? Abundancia? Or is that just how you say abundance in Spanish? I was thinking about naming one of my children Abundance. Can we get an action plan for this first group? Please and thank you. Yes, like a crown, Ashe Yusuf. Wear your worth and your value like a crown. Hello, Ari. Oh my gosh. There is and then I didn't show y'all the cards before, but the first two cards that came out were the Empress and the Temperance card. These cards came out again. Not as the first two, but the second and the third, because now we have the full card in reverse. Oh my gosh, this energy is so bright. It's so beautiful with this full card, but you're just not, like, you want to step into it, but you're not ready to step into it. And it's waiting for you. You just have to be willing. You just have to try something new. You just have to try something different. Excuse me, truth bird, you just have to work with a little more balance. Just a little more balance. You ain't got to be a balance master, but you got to work with a little more balance, right? Justice card. Yeah, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Can you move slightly more in the direction of serving yourself? Can you move slightly more in the direction of serving yourself? And how are you going to do that? So some of these cards are saying you got to get selfish. You got to get self-serving. You got to, like, and again, there's a certain group of, like, ladies in the room where it's not necessarily like you do not take care of yourself. You just take care of yourself last. And you're kind of giving yourself, like, energetic leftovers, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? All your beautiful, good, delicious energy you give to yourself at the end of the day. And then at the beginning of the day, you give it to your dog. You give it to, like, your partner. You give it to the guy you're dating. You give it to your coworkers. Then you give it to the customers at work. And then you give it to your family. And then you give it to your friends. And then with whatever you got left, that's what you give yourself at the last 15 minutes before you got to go to bed. It's very ghetto. It's very ghetto. Right? King of Wands, you got to self-serve yourself first. What they be saying? What them pilots be saying? You got to put the oxygen mask on you before you put it on somebody else. Yeah? Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. The key is that like some of us, we actually have people in our communities, in our social circles, or our friends that actually model this behavior for us. We just don't do it for ourselves quite yet, right? We don't do it for ourselves quite yet. And you have representations of people that you can learn from. You've just got to decide. Some of y'all, like, I heard the word jealous. Some of y'all are jealous of people who are self serving. And it's like selfish. I don't necessarily think that selfish is a bad thing, but they're like, they take care of themselves first before they consider other people's feelings. You know what I mean? They make sure that their feelings are good before they consider other people's feelings. And none of the things that they do inconvenience other people. They just make sure that they're good with themselves when they go to bed at night, right? Thank you, the Wandering Witch. I appreciate that so much. I feel good. I feel good, lovely. Um, what else is it? What else am I saying? Yeah, back to the energy that you're giving. Give it to yourself first. You know, when I was listing off all those people that you gave the energy to before you started giving it to yourself, you need to be the first person on your list. When you wake up in the morning, your first 2 hours need to be about you. And that's not to say that you got to wake up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. If you're able and have the ability to do that, and that's something that's working for you, sure. But it's like, girl, if you wake up at 8:30, don't hop on social media, don't talk to nobody. Yeah, do what you can, take care of your kids, take care of your dogs, you know, because duties do not escape us. You know what I mean? But make sure you're taking 15 to 30 minutes to meditate, and then taking another 15 to 30 minutes to listen to a self-help book or podcast, and eating something healthy so that you feel energized. You know what I mean? And listening to your favorite music and kind of isolating yourself before you begin to be social at work. Yes? Is that doable? Is it fair? Is it fair to you? Last but not least, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is your key to material abundance. This is your key to a happily ever after. This is your key to something that's very, very long lasting. And this skill and this habit and this energetic shift of how you spend your time and how you treat yourself will will be valuable, will be priceless, and will last for eons and for generations to come. Yeah. Yes, my loves. Can we get some more cards? Can we get some? I'm using the Herbal Healing Oracle deck. If you're interested in any of the tarot or oracle decks I'm using tonight, you can find those in my Amazon. Can we get some oracle cards from my good Judy's? Again, if you're finding value out of this, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button or follow me, because you know I do these every Tuesday, or every Tuesday that I feel guided to. You know, Pisces is in my sixth house, so I do have to live with quite a bit of flexibility. I'm gonna pull this out just a bit, just a bit. Let me see. Let me dig into it. Okay. Turmeric, persistence. Okay, so I'm hearing that some of y'all, so that habit building about treating yourself, some of y'all are good at it. Or some of y'all are good at it. Or some of y'all have done it before, but you kind of fell off. Like you started thinking about other people's feelings, or it became difficult or hard. And then you were like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm just going to go back to people pleasing. That was easier. Because then you had to start living with other people's disappointment because you couldn't show up for them in the way that you were always showing up for them. They couldn't take from your tank anymore. And when they couldn't take from your tank anymore, they started growing nasty and rude and ornery, right? But that's none of your business. And you got to let those energetic shifts take place, right? And with that, and as they're having their temper tantrums, and acting a fool because they cannot take advantage of you anymore, you got to go have fun. You got to go read that book you've been excited about reading. You've got to go listen to that podcast you've been telling yourself you're going to listen to. You got to go dance. You got to go work out. You know what I mean? You've been telling yourself that you was going to go to that pole dancing class. You've been telling yourself that for months. But you couldn't do it because you was talking your best friend through their breakups, or you know what I mean, you was helping your cousin and them make a new recipe for their baby daddy, or you was playing the therapist for your coworker. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Okay. And then I was speaking about this on a wonderful date that I had last night. It was like they want me to talk about it. So last night I was talking about addictive behaviors. And sometimes I think that I have an addictive personality. And the way that I kind of combat that, and we're showing the resourcefulness card, and this is just what they're telling me to speak about. So I'm going to share it. So the resourcefulness card, or at least what I was talking about, the thing that I've learned, is that like with addictive behaviors, the thing that helps me is creating a healthy environment. Right? I like to create an environment that I can thrive in. And then aloe is also good for that. Get some aloe. Aloe is a lovely plant to just have in your home. Actually makes your space more lucky. It's like it attracts good things, but it also protects with the spikes that are on it. And you really don't have to do much. It just makes your energy, the space, your environment a lot more light and lifted just by having it in the room. But anyway, I continue to digress. Anyway, so kind of what I do with the things that I identify that I'm starting to get addictive or obsessive over, or unintentionally or unconsciously like habitual about, is that like I'll realize I'm using this thing to distract myself. So I will take them out of my environment and then I will replace them low key, even in the same ways, right? Like if it's an app, wherever it was on my phone, I'll replace that position with a different app. You know what I mean? If it was like a pipe or something. You know what I mean? I haven't done this in a while because that hasn't really been my issue for a minute. I would replace that with a cup of tea. You know what I mean? Or a coaster. You know what I mean? Just something so that you're receiving a different mental stimuli or stimulus. So I'm not sure what that means for you, if that means replacing your cell phone with a book, replacing that spot on your nightstand with the book, or throwing books into your bed and cell phones onto your living room table. You know what I mean? But there's this strategic and resourceful replacing of things, maybe people or even conversations, icebreakers that are no longer useful for you, and replacing them with something that is better or richer, wiser. Yeah. If that resonated, again, thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to share those messages with you. And we have another group that I got to dig into. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. Thank you for allowing me to deliver that message to the lovely, wonderful, warm collective that I have the pleasure of serving today. What other messages do we have? Water break. Stay hydrated. Mwah. Thank you, Ari. I appreciate that. I feel good. It could be because I'm dating. But you know what? You know what I really think it is? I think absence makes the heart grow fonder. And I feel warm when I do this. I really, 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 really do love being a channel for you all. And it just, like, it's been a week. And usually it's not, usually it doesn't take me a week to get back. Usually I'm pretty consistent about getting on at least twice a week. This is recorded. For all of you who do not know, on TikTok, you can always catch my collective readings. on YouTube. This is also being simultaneously recorded on YouTube right now, and I record them live on YouTube because you can replay them and rewatch them on YouTube. Um, but yeah, it's been a week and I missed being here, and because I miss it, I feel happy and warm and giggly and fun about coming back. Thank you, Abu Dansia. What's the message for the next group, please and thank you? I ask the Most High, the Divine Mother and Father, to assist me in delivering another love message to the collective on the day before Valentine's Day. What else is it that you have for us, please and thank you? This feels upright. This is interesting. But this is weird because the Six of Wands and the Nine of Cups first came out in reverse, but I was called to flip them upright. And quite literally what I'm hearing is failure equals success, or failure leads to success. But you've got to continue to fail to reach success, right? The Six of Wands in reverse, this is quite literally like losing after a battle. This could be a unsuccessful dating period or unsuccessful relationship that left you, Nine of Cups in reverse, completely dissatisfied, hopeless, depressed, crushed, right? But now that these cards are flipped upright, they actually lead to something new because now you have access to new clarity, to new information about why it was you were failing in the past, where before you just had a bunch of confusion. You were no longer confused. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. 69 is one of Ari's spiritual numbers. I can feel all obstacles in my way. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Let me stop before they start eating me up. Anyway, after that, we have the star card. And yes, we are in the middle of Aquarius season where we have created the possibility for a new future with newfound clarity and precision and boundaries. It's weird because like they're kind of showing me like I don't know if you've ever been to like they have it at some like amusement parks. They said the word carnival, but I grew up in Las Vegas and there was this place called the Adventure Dome. And at the Adventure Dome, there was like this pirate boat. And this pirate boat would swing back and forth. And you would sit on the boat and it would go back and forth. Hey, Haisa, how you doing, beautiful? The pirate boat would go back and forth. And they're kind of showing me that this boat is like swinging to like emotions and passion and says and like everything that's hot and steamy, and then it's swinging over to everything that's like hot and cold and logical and clerical and swords and pentacles, and then it goes back to cups and wands and bam 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 blow my back out, and then it comes back to this is what I've learned, I need to journal, I need to set up new boundaries, right? I really liked it as well. I when I worked at the Adventure Dome, that was one of my favorite rides to work. um, but they're saying that that is sometimes what relationships are like. And once you come down from the water, from the heat to the steam to the hot and steamy, once you come down, this is where the heartbreak occurs. But as you come out of the heartbreak, you don't go back into relationships. You come back into clarity and you build new relationships and not relationships, new perspectives, and you learn new things and you create new boundaries and new standards and you grow and your roots grow deeper and they grow wider and you find new ways of bringing nutrients and warmth and love into your heart so that your relationship tree can continue to bloom new flowers and new leaves, and it's such a beautiful metaphor. right? But that's what it is. Some of us, we are leaving this icy cold period where we felt very critical, very isolated, very I'm over it, very this is not what it's supposed to give, where that was actually a period of learning and structure that is actually going to give way to a new era of not being swallowed up, but of warmth and beauty and love. Yeah. Yeah. Can we get an action plan for this group? I got an action plan for this group. We're going to be wrapping up pretty soon, but after this, thank you, Ashlyn. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If anybody would like to donate, shout out to Ashlyn for donating. If you are appreciating this message and finding value out of this collective, feel free to donate. I can be found at Mo Online on Venmo, or you can just visit the links again down in the description bar or at the link in my bio. And I believe that my tag, yeah, my Cash App tag is right here. If you're watching on TikTok at Mo Money, MAUXMUNEY. Don't feel pressured to, but it is always greatly appreciated because this is a exchange of energy. And at the very least, give me a thumbs up or something, girl. Double tap the screen or something, Miss Mamas. But what's the action plan for the second group? That's the action plan. Thank you for the follows. I really appreciate it. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. 6 of Pentacles. Okay. So moving forward, and again, I'm just hearing this clear as day, and I'm feeling it in my third eye. Moving forward, the path to creating new, loving relationships is to not carry the trauma of the past with you. That is easier said than done, but a lot of this of what they're talking about is not taking the issues you had in the past and not saying that this isn't pretending as if your last relationship or your previous heartbreaks didn't affect you. Excuse me, truth burp. But what this really is not projecting what you've experienced before onto new people. Right? Experience what we've done before onto new people. That sounds about right. I'm not sure if it's a square. It might be a square. I don't think it's a square, though. Nobody says Venus is squaring Mars, I think, or Pluto this week for our relationships. I think there's a conjunction. Yeah, because Mars is at the end of Capricorn. I think Venus is actually conjuncting those two planets. And Pluto is at the beginning of Aquarius, and I believe that Venus is moving out of Capricorn, conjuncting Mars. It's close. It's something like that. And then I was listening to Jessica Wiggins today, and she was talking about the astrology for the week. But you on the right path. You picking up the right vibes. Hey there, Zoe. But what was I saying? Yeah, not projecting the issues of the past onto future relationships, into future people, but it's a delicate balance because we also got to carry the lessons I was talking about, from this back end of the boat swing, those lessons, that code period, the new structures, the new habits, the new foundation, as we come back down into the butterflies, into the nervousness, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting back out there. How do we continue to carry that logical, that pragmatism, that information into the future, right? Oh, hey, Ashlyn. Not you. What you mean you did? This is drama. This is drama. Action plan for the second collective, please and thank you. Action plan for the second collective, please and thank you. It's funny, you may be resonating with this message because some of the messages are looking the same. It's just like my elbow just started itching. You know when your elbows they just be like all hard and shit. I'm sorry. Oh girl. And girl, if you really wanted to cheat, social media is not gonna stop you. But anyway, as we move forward, I pretty much set that out already as we're walking onto the path. They just like some people in here get jaded. I don't know who's in this group, but some people in this group is jaded, honey. They be like, I ain't never gonna be happy. Love ain't even real. All people is the same. That's why I should never be vulnerable because you just get your heart broken in the end. Dating is ghetto. And you know what? The divine is actually, this is funny, the divine is actually agreeing with you. The divine is actually agreeing with you. But the divine is also saying that with every heartbreak comes new opportunity to go on the wild ride of love again. And it never stops. And it never stops. So you can get excited about the glitz and the glamour and the beauty and the hope and the magic and the fun and the light and the love and the romance and the heat and the steam and go on that journey once more with alacrity and passion and excitement to see what the next relationship is going to be like. Or you could pack it up and be like, girl, I'm going to sit here, drink away my sorrows because I'm not happy. I don't want to be here and never gave what it's supposed to. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. What card? The Four of Cups? Is it rude or is it real? Judgment card. The choice is yours. What you do with the information, what you do with your actions, are completely up to the judgment calls and decisions that you make. Let's get a couple more oracle cards and then we'll call it a night before we start doing personal readings. First in line, we have Lizea and then we have Yusuf. If there are any good Judies that would like a mini reading tonight, please let me know. Please let me know. And again, I just want to tell Ashlyn I appreciate her for donating for the collective. What other cards do we have? Please and thank you. Oracle cards for this last group. I'm cold. Oracle cards for this last collective. What was I talking about? I was talking about boundaries. I was just talking about boundaries. How much is mini reading? Mini readings are $10. The prices have gone up. Yes, $8.88 for a yes and a no. Is that corporate Aaron? Hey, corporate Aaron. From McManagement Services at Managerial. Oh, hey, Lisa. Not circling back on the love life. Managerial. Can we get some oracle cards? Okay. So the oracle cards that we have for this last group. Subconscious. So death and rebirth. Boundaries came out. I don't know if you like tea. Yarrow tea is great for establishing just like energetic boundaries. And we were talking about boundaries. And again, they're showing me that like your foundation, your perceptions, your belief systems, the ones that you consciously believe in and the ones that you subconsciously need to address or subconsciously need to address and or reprogram, they actually create the foundation for your love life, right? No tea, no shade. Some people in here, you just have a hard time with self-worth. And your self-worth issues, again, these are limiting self-beliefs that are coming through. Like, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I don't have enough money, like my career, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Thank you, Lisa. You're on the queue. There's just like a number of things coming through, but the most high is saying that grounding yourself, like so many of us, me included, like I low-key feel like I'm in this second group. um Once we start getting on apps or talking to people or dating or even just like making eye contact with somebody that we think is cute, all these like thoughts start rushing into our mind. Excuse me, truth burp. And they kind of overtake. They kind of like there's this overwhelming feeling of like they just kind of like whisk us away and we start to spiral or our mind starts racing. And it's because we didn't ground ourselves that day. Or some of us don't have a grounding or centering practice. So one of my favorite psychics, she says like if you have a lot of air placements or a lot of like fire placements, like you getting grounded is unrealistic. She said you need to get centered. And you get centered by knowing who you are and reaffirming who you are. And that comes out of your solar plexus, right? Grounding, which is a little more realistic for like water and earth signs, that's actually getting into your body, right? That's for the people who have a lot of earth or a lot of water placements. That's meditating and like getting your emotions out and getting like creative and doing yoga and Pilates, or maybe just working out or going for walks through nature and that type of stuff, right? Get grounded to stay stable. And if you're like an air sign or like a fire sign, you really need to like engage with like who you are or remind yourself who you are. Affirmations are really good for that. And talking with people that you love are really good for that. And I don't like getting active in a different way. Like fire signs, y'all quite literally need to like play sports or some shit. Like you could do yoga, but that don't always work for y'all. But yeah, okay, that's all I have for us. If you're watching on YouTube, again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love you all. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you and to us. And until next time, this is XMO. Bye. Okay, moving right along to the good Judies on TikTok.